Hey, how's it going everybody? This is the Codebreaker and today we're going to be talking about PlayStation's brand new exclusive, Destruction AllStars. It's June 2020. The world is in turmoil. Hope is only a dream. Everywhere you look, there is pain and misery. But then, Sony finally revealed the PlayStation 5. Speculation had been mounting as to when they would reveal their machine. During Sony's PS5 reveal, we were shown a variety of games that were enough to make you hide away from the world for 6 months straight and just sweat the hell out of this new console. There was Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank, Horizon Forbidden West, and God of War. But there was a game that did catch my eye, Destruction AllStars. When this game was revealed, I was intrigued. I thought that we had ourselves a little diamond in the rough. I couldn't wait to play it. Admittedly, I was a bit vexed by the initial price tag, but thankfully we didn't have to worry about that in the end. In October, Sony announced that the game would be delayed until February, a trend that would see games such as Outriders be delayed. 2nd of February 2021, this year is already a vast improvement of last year, but was the wait worth it? Did Destruction AllStars live up to my expectations? If you are enjoying the video so far, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. And if you are really enjoying the video, hit the little bell icon to stay notified. Now that's over with, let's suit up. Let's take a deep breath, break the code and let's get into this. Visually, this game is nothing short of spectacular. The art style, the colours, all of it just looks amazing. This game is able to handle the demands of the next gen console, and I'll have to say I haven't experienced any issues when pushing the graphical demands. The arenas, the cars and the characters themselves just look beautiful. Seeing all those different colours in a single game is just breathtaking. You can really tell that the developers put a lot of love and care into the visuals of the game, and to be honest, it's something that we all must respect. It looks fantastic. Whatever happens, whenever you boot this game up, you will always be greeted by the main menu. And I must admit, the main menu is very meh. It has 5 options to choose from, and to be honest, I felt that the menu design itself was just bland and uninspired. That's the first thing a player will see, and it's supposed to set the mood, increase the excitement. But when I first loaded the game up, I did just think, oh, that's just boring. Games such as Apex Legends, I feel, have set the minimum requirement for menus and user interface in general. When you boot up Apex, you're greeted by your favourite legend with a background that represents the current season and or event. And if you're in a party, you'll see the chosen legend of that party member as well. The Apex menu, it was just interactive. It was well designed, so many tabs to go into. If you are to make a comparison between the Apex menu and the Destruction AllStars menu, you'll see what I mean. I know, most of you couldn't give a crap about the menus or user interface, but there are some people that do. This game does need a character section in the menu though, and I don't mean the customized section either. I think it's really poor design when the only way you can see a character's abilities is during character selection in game. For those watching, either Google what the characters do or set up a practice game, press square when hovering over the character you want to analyse and you will see their abilities. The gameplay is very simplistic. It doesn't require much of the player. And to be honest, I love that. Usually I want a game that's complex, needs you to think at a million miles an hour, but I do like the simplicity of it all. Memorise a few buttons and you're good to go. It appeals to various ages and creates a game that you can just sit back, relax and play. It was a nice change of pace. I'm used to playing games like Dark Souls, Sekiro and Ori and the Blind Forest, but I had genuine enjoyment playing Destruction AllStars. Not all is peachy though. When driving the vehicles, they felt sluggish and slow. It felt like they lacked a certain oomph. Manoeuvring the cars was a bit off as well. Turning the cars just felt laborious. If you were driving the pickup truck for example, you could understand that handling that bad boy would be difficult, as it is a fair trade due to the fact they could take more damage and deliver more damage. But the problem is, it honestly feels that all vehicles have equally bad handling. Ugh, and the moment you tap circle, the car just loses its mind and wants to turn in every direction except the way you want it to. I wasn't expecting gameplay to be anything like Need for Speed or Forza, where they have spent literal years perfecting the art of creating an excellent car-based game experience, but I was expecting something a little bit more. This is further amplified when your character is outside of the vehicle. I've never felt a character so hard to control. It was so ultra sensitive that it actually nearly breaks the game. You could be trying to jump up a wall and the character just starts the wall run instead. It is infuriating. There are times I've actually been KO'd because of that annoyance. It's the same when you're trying to jump up on platforms as well. But I must say that's more of a game design issue. They should lower them a little bit, because even when they do make the abnormally high jumps, it does look unnatural. Almost elastic bands the character onto the platform. This next issue to me is really irritating, but to others it may seem like a nitpick, but there really needs to be team colours in this game. At times it really is difficult to differentiate between teammates and the opposition. I think Destruction AllStars should have used inspiration from Rocket League's colour schemes, just so it's blatantly obvious who's friendly and who's not. Oh, I almost forgot, but the commentators are actually really annoying and there's no background music. Because of that, I do just put my headphones on and just listen to my own music. At the time of recording, there are a total of 16 characters to choose from. They all look different. All their cars are different. They have different abilities. The characters are just fun. The emotes are brilliant, and so is their animation. My personal favourite at the moment is Twinkle Riot. I think her animations and emotes are actually superb. The game has done a fantastic job of creating so many different characters. I do hope to see additional characters further down the line, but at the moment you are spoilt for choice and there are plenty of characters to keep you entertained. One little minor point that I did notice: when you are selecting your character, the music in the background changes depending on whatever character you're hovering over. A small detail, but again this shows the attention to detail the game focused on. I will be going over game modes in a minute, but what I do like is that certain characters are suited to specific game modes. I have already identified the characters I use for each game mode. Some characters do feel overpowered. I must admit, the Sauron Bluefang is just ridiculous in Mayhem. You can rack up the kills like there's no tomorrow. The customization is just awful in general. I'm sorry, but it is. Certain skins require you to actually pay real money, and the difference between them is ridiculous. The epic skins compared to base skins is literally a couple colour changes. If you want people to pay for cosmetics, then you have to provide cosmetics that are aesthetically appealing. Look at Call of Duty Cold War, Fortnite, Apex Legends. When you buy a character cosmetic, more often than not, you are paying for something unique and different, and at times, they're not available in the future. The customization in this game is just laughable. I haven't even used any of my in-game currency to purchase any colour changes or skins, as there really isn't anything that stands out. This is my opinion though. If you do like the different skins, then more power to you, but I really believe the options are weak and uninspired. That is the same for the calling cards and emotes. They're just weak and uninspired. At the time of recording, there are 4 game modes: Mayhem, Gridfall, Carnado and Stockpile. Mayhem and Gridfall are solo games, with Carnado and Stockpile being team-based games. Mayhem is, well, it's just mayhem. It's basically a free-for-all. Jump in a car and smash other cars. It's a simple game mode. Can be tedious at times due to a lot of the map being congested with walls, pillars and other vehicles, as it's more of a right time, right place kind of game mode and really requires minimal skill. Gridfall. I love this game mode. It's quick, fun and tense. The tiles on the floor begin to disappear. and as the round goes on, more and more disappear, and should you fall down one of the holes, you're out of there. Instant elimination, no second chances. Interesting game mode. It's good for a quick round before your 9 o'clock start at work or school. Nado is my favourite game mode. It's a game of high risk, high reward. You collect gears by smashing into other cars and deposit them into the tornado at the centre of the map. But if your car's destroyed, you lose all your gears. You're on 30 gears. Do you hold out for more, or do you take that car with 40% HP and take it to the tornado? Each decision impacts the final result. Stockpile. This game mode is absolute trash. I honestly won't be playing it again. It's such a dead mode. Similar concept to Nado, except you deposit the gears into banks, and to collect them you have to be on foot. I know that this game mode actually sounds appealing, but it's just terrible. Destruction AllStars is below par on game modes for me, but they do have interesting concepts. I like the instant elimination in Gridfall. I like the team-based modes. You could combine the two and create a search and destroy kind of game mode. I do feel the game needs a race mode, kind of like Mario Kart, but instead of collecting shards for your hero car, you just start out in the hero car. I really think a game mode like that is essential, considering, you know, it's a car game. I really think that there needs to be more. The maps are small, games don't last long, people will really get bored in a few weeks. There needs to be some new content added quite regularly, either that or create different maps. The matchmaking in Destruction AllStars as of right now is horrific. It's just dire. There have been times I've been waiting in excess of 2 minutes just to get into the lobby, sometimes not even finding a game at all and just having to quit the game and reload it. This is something that requires fixing immediately. I'm telling you, this will begin to test people's patience if it's not rectified. The fact there's no ranking system worries me in this game. I've noticed that it's not hard to build up your skills and your ability. It's a very simple game. But imagine coming to the game a bit later. I don't know, maybe in a month or two. You're going to get absolutely spit roasted by Fuego and Sergeant Rescue without mercy. Without a skill-based matchmaking system, it's going to be unplayable for new players. A very similar situation happened with For Honor a few years ago, where new players were more or less getting one shot by maxed out players. It was unbearable. I don't know if this is the situation now, but it was a reason they lost so many players. Thinking about it, the matchmaking is probably the first thing the developers should rectify. In essence, this game, it is worth playing only because you don't have to pay for it, so you're not actually losing anything. But if you had to pay for it, then I'm afraid I'd have to say it's a hard pass. And that's only on its current state. You shouldn't have to pay for it. It's far too shallow a game to justify spending real money on it. Remember, just because a game is free doesn't make it good. And just because it's free doesn't mean it can't be criticised either. I generated a lot of hype in my head over this game. I was excited for its release, and I do feel let down by the game. What this game did well, it done amazing. But the things that are bad are just really frustrating. This game feels more like a beta rather than a finished product, if I'm being completely honest. In my opinion, this game needs more incentive. Ask yourself this: what is the point of leveling? At the time of recording, there's nothing to unlock through the leveling system. There's no battle pass. Thankfully, there's no RNG loot boxes, but give it time, they may make an appearance. This game needs something to strive towards. In Call of Duty, I'm currently striving towards the dark matter camouflage. In Apex, I'm striving towards the 20 kills in one game badge. I've been trying to do that since the game was released. I have failed every time. It is dawning on me that I'll never achieve my goal of attaining that badge. You get my point though. The player needs to be incentivized. You need the player to keep coming back, and without any rewards, the player count will just drop off rapidly. I'm going to give this game a 6.5 out of 10. Wait. Get away from that dislike button. I'm giving this a 6.5, but the game does have potential in future updates and patches. It has the potential to achieve a much higher score. The pieces of the puzzle are there. The developers just need a little bit of imagination and they can have themselves a truly great game. I will continue to play the game. I do get some enjoyment out of it, and for the developers, that's a win. I just don't expect the game to have a long lifespan if there aren't any major changes in the future. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the game. I am interested to hear what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did the game do right? What was bad? If you liked the video, please hit that like button to help the channel. And if you really want to help the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the little bell icon to join the Codebreaker army. I hope that everyone has a great day. This is the Codebreaker signing out. See ya.